Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to another walkies video. I needed to go out walkies, and I needed to check various things, so I'm out walking. Now, I've showed you Railroad Avenue before, and Railroad Avenue seems like it's just kind of a minor main street, and in many ways it is. It's only a couple blocks long in the city, even though it extends for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles and miles and miles in the other direction. It just dead ends here in town. Well, it actually doesn't dead end even, but it does T-bone or 45 degree into one of them. The other streets, that is. So what I was going to do, what I was planning on doing, since I need to walk and stretch my legs, is just, at first, parallel the railroad without actually walking on it. Because right now this is Grove Street. And the Grove Street family is, just call me CJ. I mean, you can't, but that's, you know what I mean. Grove Street, the whole thing. Yet I don't have to explain it, come on. Anyway, as well, my apologies about the wind. It is blowing up a storm, and while this camera does have a very good wind filter, fact remains it is wind. Such is life. That place that we just walked by just fascinates me. It's an utterly bizarre building. I'm sure I've talked about it before, and I'll talk about it again. But it's a heck of a thing. I mean, not really a heck of a thing, it's got the stuff from like the 1940s on the outside of it. So it's a very old building. But all the windows are blocked. Every single one of them. But not blocked like the place is condemned. No. Every single one of the windows is blocked from the inside, where people or a person has just put things up in front of the windows so idle passers-by, like some rando with a camera, can't just walk by and look inside. And so because of that, just looking at it, it almost looks abandoned. Because when you walk by it, every single window is blocked. My brother-in-law had his computer store on one of these streets. I can't remember where it is. It was on Coda, but I can't remember the exact block. Oh, test of the old social anxieties. But he had his store down there somewhere in that part of Coda Street. It has since moved, well, on Railroad actually, but a couple miles out of town just before the, well, basically just before the freeway on-ramp exit. The on-ramp exit. The freeway on-ramp. And then he retired from working, so he just stays home now. But he's still connected with this shop and all that, and the people work there for him and such, so it's a thing. What was I talking about beforehand? I can't remember. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, that building. I remember now. Now this is the part of town that I don't like to drive by, oddly, even though it's really nice, because it's the police station, and I don't like cops, even though I know we need a police force. But anyway, back to that building and how it fascinates me. Because if you go by at dusk or dawn, you can see lights on. So there is somebody inside of there. Because they're different rooms. And if you look around the stuff, you can see that there are actual things and places and people. No, well, not people. I mean, there's like pictures and stuff. It's obviously a place where people live. And I've seen people outside the building doing stuff. So, people live in there. I just don't know if it's one person. See, this is the Civic Center. That's also part of the police station with our armored SWAT vehicle for our town of under 10,000. But that's our Civic Center. It's kind of a nice place, actually. But yeah, so people live in there, and it just weirds me out because most of the gates are locked and IV'd. So there's only one or two doors you can actually get in, but it looks like more than one person is in there. So it's just bizarre. And because of that, it has me endlessly fascinated. Oh wow, someone's doing some construction back over there. I doubt we're even going to make it to... Well, we'll make it to 7. I want to go some distance so you can at least see sort of where railroad goes when you get down there. But I like to cut these into smaller video files, so I will be right back. Just a little past where I was, giving my arm a rest, since I have to bend my wrist and elbow uncomfortably to hold the camera upward so it's not angled like that. So I have to work against a natural twist of my arms just to make it level. Such is life. Now this building here, I have shown it before, but it is a art gallery now. And it used to be a funeral home and crematorium, but now it's an art gallery and more, because we don't know now, but it used to be the people that worked and such when they were converting the place. My housemate's brother would come in and party with them. So, but now it's an art gallery. They don't burn any human corpses anymore, which is good. I mean, if it was their job, yes, but not just because they feel like it. This is railroad. Well, there's another crematorium, but this is railroad. I've finally come to it. We were just going to walk some distance down this direction. The well, it's populated. The non-business did. Well, there's businesses over there. The less populated, less businesses part of town. Indeed. There's the store, and there's a health center. Ugh, my atria keep misfiring these past couple days. Must be because I keep falling asleep without my sleep mask when I'm in my computer room and it gets really hot. Unfortunately, I keep falling asleep because you can't wear a sleep mask 24/7. You can't talk or even breathe properly when you're wearing it and trying to do normal life. But you see, there's businesses there and there's businesses there. Like there's the real estate place that originally sold my wife and I our house that we lost back to, well, I lost when Wells Fargo did a whole bunch of jiggery-pokery that was illegal and took my house back. Such is life. It was too much house for one man though. There were 3 bedrooms, kitchen, dining room, living room. I didn't need even a third of that. I'm in a duplex now, where it's a good thing I have 2 other housemates, because even that's too much space for me. And it's just a living room, kitchen, with a downstairs bath. Ooh, social anxieties for the win. And then you walk upstairs, bonk, and there's a big master bath and 2 smaller ones. And I take over the smaller 2, and my housemates have the bigger one, which has also a master bath on it. And then that's way too much space for me if nobody lived there but me. I don't use the living room. Oh my goodness. So busy talking about myself, I didn't even notice that there's a house gone. Holy smokes. Huh. How about that? And over there, actually, back there, I think that's the Choice High School. Or it's back there, I can't remember now. I think it's back there, actually, behind all this stuff, but the Choice High School is kind of like tech school. You know how tech school is to college? It's kind of like that. Except it's not college or anything. Well, sidewalks are kind of running out here, except for the way the road's really weird over there, so I don't know that it's really safe to go walking back over there, especially with the light going down. So I'm gonna cross and head back up real road. Whoa! That was good, almost got killed. Crossing at an intersection like you're supposed to. After all, pedestrians have the right of way at any and all intersection, marked or unmarked, and I was crossing at an intersection just like I'm supposed to. And they weren't bothering to look. And I wasn't quite sure what to do when they were coming right at me there. So, that was fun. That was exciting. I didn't die though. And I kind of wish maybe I'd shown it better, but still, that was the moment where someone almost ran me over in the middle of the street. How sweet. And just remember again, you see how that street has no crosswalks? Doesn't matter. Pedestrians have the right of way at any and all intersections, marked or unmarked. That means when you're driving, you need to keep your eyes open. Especially since, as a pedestrian, I'm soft and squishy. I don't have 2,000 pounds of metal and plastic to protect my life. My squishy parts are the armor for my bones. So, well, that was fun. That was exciting. I'm glad I almost died. Well, hopefully just would have broken an arm or leg when he ran over it after smacking into me, so good thing I moved. Since they didn't bother to do anything but go around me and then keep going. So such is life. Such is life. I did want to check the post office, so we might continue this walk down the side of the street down to the post office. Hopefully you aren't too bored by this boring little street in a boring little town. I wish we had more things, but we don't. I mean, there's bingo and karaoke on the last Friday of every month at the Shelton Pavilion, whatever the hell that is. I don't know what the Shelton Pavilion is. Is that the Civic Center? Huh. Oh well. Frontier Computers. Sure, you can't see it now, but it was there. See? Frontier Computers. I don't know what that's all about. Very bizarre. I could just go and check my mail and be boring. Or when we hit 7th, we could go up 7th, down the construction on Alder, and then back down to the post office. And that sounds much more interesting, because we didn't get to see too many interesting things on this little walk down to Railroad here. So what the heck? So I'm going to give my arm a rest, and we'll return.